Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Good Poets Gaming Podcast. Me and Poetic are joined today with the wonderful LieHehe. Lie, if you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and we'll kind of take the podcast on from there.
Yeah, I'm LieHehe. I'm a very small kind of streamer and content creator. I've been around Twitch itself for about I want to say 6 years, maybe
Okay.
seven now. But in general, I mean, I'm an Indian kind of person. Well, it's a weird way to say it.
You're kind
I'm
of
a,
Indian.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
like
in general.
I moved there when I was very young, so a lot of things for me is just being kind of understanding and realizing and learning about things. So something like
Yeah.
streaming gives me a little outlet into just a new kind of way to learn and like communicate with other people. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. W- when I was very young, one of my videos blew up. I got
Mm.
about back in the day. I want to say 2015. I got a video that hit about 120,000 views,
Wow.
Wow.
but it was a gaming video where I had, if you know Black Ops 1, has anyone
Mm.
played Black Ops 1?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You can get off the chair and do some cheat codes in a little
yeah.
Yeah.
computer. So I had a little slideshow of a bunch of cheat codes that just kind of go around, but some of them weren't real, and I didn't know. I was like a little like
That's
teenager.
amazing.
So I went on the internet. I was like, oh, what are the cheat codes? Oh, you know what? It'd be really cool if I just made a video for everyone else to see.
Mm.
And I ended up, it blew up. I was using copyrighted music, so I made no money from it. But
Oh,
I got so many death threats because
Oh
some of
my
them,
god.
because they didn't work, that I got so like shit scared I didn't like upload again for a very long time.
Wow,
So
bloody hell.
especially at 15, that's a
yeah,
lot. Like,
yeah.
mate, that's
And
Bloody
mental.
hell.
But going on from that, we're going to talk about content creation and kind of what you do. You gave us a little start on kind of like how you started, but maybe kind of how you started when you started taking it more seriously and consistently uploading and your streaming and things like that. How did that start for you?
it mostly started around lockdowns.
Mm,
As you know, I feel like a lot of streamers these days, it started around lockdowns when you didn't really have
Yeah.
much else to do, and
yeah,
you said,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm at home. I've got a little camera. I play games. Time to stream." So
100%.
uh, about 5 years ago, I started streaming a few different games. It was a lot of just games I was playing at the time. So it's a lot of competitive games like Valorant and League of Legends and so on.
Mm.
But I also kind of did a whole series on Kingdom Come Deliverance, which
Oh,
was
oh,
great.
and I knew we had you
I
here for a
loved
reason.
I
Do-
loved Kingdom Come Deliverance. I loved the style of it. I loved how kind of it just puts you in the world of Henry, and you just have to run around as
Oh,
Henry.
it's
Do you
amazing.
know what? Do you know what, Lie?
Yeah.
There is a tradition, and every episode of this podcast, somehow Kingdom Come Deliverance gets mentioned, and I was hoping that this would be the first where it doesn't.
It was
Uh,
it was my favorite game to stream just because a lot of the games I like to play are very open world, kind of do whatever you want and see what
yeah,
happens kind of games.
Yeah.
And obviously, Kingdom Come Deliverance, I wanted to play when it came out, but throughout my life, I've not really put money into games. I mostly, when I was growing up, my parents were quite strict with games because around that time was the whole thing about violence in video games ruin children. So
yeah,
they
Yeah.
said, you're not going to play any video games. So I'd find loopholes and like workarounds. I'd be studying while I got like
yeah,
little flash games on Newgrounds up. So
Yeah.
that's how I'd do
yeah.
it. And a lot
Newgrounds,
of
man.
games I started playing were just free to play games that were
Yeah.
just around. So I think it's when Kingdom Come Deliverance went free on Epic Games, so I could download it and play it finally. But
Mm.
then I played it for so long, I got like, as anyone that starts streaming, you get one viewer or zero viewers for the longest time
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
someone sticks around, and then it starts growing a tiny bit, and that's what happened to me. I was just doing my thing, and then one person hopped in, and they'd stick around for the whole thing, and then next stream I go live thinking I'm going to get no viewers, and then someone pops in again, and then
Yeah.
it's it's just fun to share something that you like doing with someone else, and I think that's kind of what made me kind of go more into streaming, more into content creation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think my biggest growth was when Valorant came out because I got a Valorant beta key quite early, so I started
Nice.
streaming some Valorant,
Nice.
and I got some people that enjoy Valorant coming in to watch me play Valorant, and with that, because Valorant is such a team-based game and it's a lot about communication,
Yeah.
which is something I enjoy doing,
Mm.
communicating with just random people. It meant that I'd meet people, talk to them, have a bit of fun, and then because you can play a game mode which is about 15 minutes and then you go into another game with different people. So
Mm.
it meant that you were constantly meeting new players, new people. And when you tell them you stream, that they hop in and they go, well, there you go. Here's a little follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's
that's
kind
good.
of my biggest growth spurt that I had.
Yeah. Do you feel like you grew on that because you were good at it, or just because it was a new game, or do you feel like there's a kind of a big reason why that was the one thing that was the growth spurt, or you're not too sure?
It's I think it's mostly that I was very communicative, and
Right.
in a lot of these games, people are not very nice. If anyone's
No.
played Counter
Yeah.
Strike, people are
Yeah.
not very nice to each other. And
Yeah.
I grew up playing League of Legends because it was the only free game that was competitive for me back in the day. And League of
Mm.
Legends is so toxic to each other. Everyone thinks everyone else did something bad, and everyone's so
Yeah.
negative. And a game like Valorant, when it came out, there's people coming in for the first time. There's people from competitive games like Counter Strike coming in, and it was all mingling, all mixing. And I just wanted to be nice. Hey,
Yeah.
good job, guys. We did really well. Hey, don't worry, next time we'll get it. And it meant that a lot of people would kind of congregate into a place where they felt a bit more safe and a bit more comfortable just to kind of, mess up essentially because everyone was learning the game
Yeah.
at that point.
100%.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Helldivers 2 has done so well,
Mm.
just because of the
Mm.
community. Like, I think it was the first time I've ever seen the PlayStation community basically go out of their way to say this game needs to be on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Mental.
Lie.
Yep.
Let's take it back to you specifically. Why the name LieHehe?
Oh, that's a fun question. So I've had a lot of iterations with my name. One of
Okay.
the funniest little Easter eggs for my Twitch and my Twitch chat is that my emotes have a prefix of his fat one.
I like it. I like it.
Yes. Back in the day, I was called his father on Twitch, and
Okay.
because I
His
was called his
father.
father, Twitch decided to give my emote prefix his fat, then the number one. So people would go into people's chat just type in his fat one happy or something like that. And you get great responses. And I never wanted to change it after that.
Yeah.
But back in the day, on League of Legends, as I always go back to League of Legends because
Mm.
that's what I played for the longest time, it was very hard to get a three-letter name, right? Three-letter names are
Yeah.
very hard to come by, and it was back in the day where you couldn't easily, get a name with a bunch of hashtags at the end, and you can get any name you want. So I thought it'd be really cool if I got a name that was three letters long,
Mm.
and I tried a bunch of different combinations, but the one combination that stuck was a capital I, a little I, and an E. So it was lie, but spelled wrong. So the name itself was a lie. That's
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
so that was kind of a funny joke that kind of stuck around, and
Yeah.
most people didn't know about it because when they look at it, they just go, "Oh, it's a lie." So they call me lie, even though it was yeah, or however you'd say those
Yeah.
Yeah.
combinations of letters. And then the he part, no, I was doing a bunch of combinations with lie in it, so I was just lie for a while, and
Mm.
that
Okay.
just it rolled off the tongue, but it just felt weird to say. Like, it's just
Yeah.
lie live, and a lot of people call
Yeah.
me just lie live, which really annoyed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I changed it to he because it kind of sums me up. I go he sometimes, so it,
I like
it
it.
works.
I like that, like, the first part of the name had so much, like, thought. I'm so out
Yeah.
of focus right now, sorry. As the first part of the name had so much, like, thought around it, and then the second part of the name is just like, it's funny, why not?
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I like it. So, obviously, you talk a lot about your streaming and stuff. I think that's probably where a lot of people that watch this and listen to this podcast will probably know you from.
Hmm.
Um, so how do you come up with your ideas for like streaming and YouTube and things like that? I'm not talking necessarily about the games that you play. I'm talking about
Yeah.
maybe like you've done a few like cosplays and like like the kind of the events maybe if you want to go into that.
Yeah. In general, I think it does just come to me, but it must be a combination of things I've watched or like things I've seen. Because
Yeah.
I watch a lot of random videos when I was growing up. Yeah, I'd
Mm,
watch a gaming video which I think was funny, and then I'd kind of recreate it in something else, and then just carry on with it. So I think a few months ago now, I did a little cosplay stream with Game Matter, Luke,
mm-hmm.
and ex Justicia,
Yeah,
and it was
Yeah.
just a little funny thing where we were
it
like,
was
oh, you know
amazing.
what? It'd be fun if for Halloween we all kind of dressed up, but we didn't show each other what we dressed up as, and then we kind of just show it off on stream to everyone else. So obviously, Luke being Luke, if you know Luke, he's gonna be Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
But he was a funny Shaggy because he was a zombie version of Shaggy with
yeah,
like a knife in him or something.
yeah.
And
That's
I
then
so
remember.
cool.
Jess, being Jess, she was Daphne from Scooby Doo, which made sense, right? And
Yeah, that does.
now there's a little pattern emerging, right? There's
Yeah,
two
Yeah.
people from Scooby Doo, and then my cam comes on, and I'm Lord Farquaad.
it was the best. It was the best thing ever.
A little Indian Lord Farquaad, right? And the funniest thing is that I had my cam like this the whole time it streamed, so it looked like I was tiny.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so good.
That's brilliant.
Uh,
And it's just I like watching improv shows a lot
mm,
more than any real show. So a lot of these ideas just come from what would be funny,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
that's kind of how I think about a lot of things. Every single moment I think about, okay, if I don't say this joke right now or I don't do this thing right now, will I regret it later? And I
yeah,
say,
Yeah.
yes, I would. And I find an opportunity to make a really silly joke, which is that I'm short, so I'm Lord Farquaad.
yeah,
And then I just went along with it as far as I could go.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
thing is
brilliant.
as well, it like that was funny without you guys even trying because it was almost lining up for you to be like Fred or like
Yeah.
a Scooby Doo villain
Yeah.
or Old Man Withers or whatever, and then it's just Lord Farquaad, and you're just there like. It was. I remember I was sat here, and I think I was doing something like
Yeah.
I remember saying to Abby, my missus, I was like, I whatever we are doing in that day, this plot of time, I am carving out some time where I am watching this stream because it's gonna be a good one. And I think I was building my desk, and I had like my laptop open on the windowsill, and I remember like kind of being down on the floor and looking up and going, huh? So good, so funny.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to use events and so on just to kind of have a bit of fun. Because
Mm,
I think a lot of people do get into this kind of loop of I need to stream this, I need to stream this, I need to do this. But
yeah,
a lot of my fun does boil down to I play with someone else, right? I
Yeah.
stream with someone else, and it kind of firstly it does kind of involve both your chats at that point, or like both your communities kind of come together and they all laugh about something.
yeah,
But at the same time, you get to do things that you normally don't get to do when you're playing with other people.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's very true.
I mean, one of my favorite streams that I've ever done was when we went through that phase of peak. Like I was terrible at it, but I absolutely loved it. And that was kind of like my first kind of iteration of like meeting you and Game Matter and Jess and Tabitha, you know, like this kind of like, I always feel like, I don't know how it started, but I feel like Game Matter raided you, then you've raided me, then Jesse
Yeah.
C has raided such and such, and I've raided and it's become this like little bubble almost.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite nice, this little community, and the fact that we actually like all play games and stuff, it's cool. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I think the friend slop kind of hype really made people come together, right?
Oh yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I mean, there's still games coming out. You know, I recently played Yap Yap with someone, but that was off stream, and that's
yeah,
really fun.
yeah,
And the good thing is it's very accessible because they're always quite cheap, so a
yeah,
lot of
Yeah.
people can get them. Because some of these AAA games coming out, they're like £70 now. You know,
Yeah,
if you
no,
want
it's
like a
ridiculous.
thing. That's something that you could talk about later if you wanted to. But
Yeah.
the price of games are crazy right now, and having these little games that kind of just give you a bit of fun, and
mm,
it goes back to what I like doing, which is that like very open world RPGs, which is they put you in a world with things happening around you, and they go just have your own fun. You know, make your own fun
yeah,
somewhere. You play it how you want to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're excited for Fable and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've been PlayStation all. I think I spoke about this on the podcast before, but I've been PlayStation the entire way through. Never had an
Mm.
Xbox. Only really started playing PC when I started streaming and YouTube and things like that. So
Yeah.
Fable's not been touched by me. So I'm going into it like brand spanking new. I cannot
Yeah.
wait for it. It's going to be so good.
Oh.
Yeah, I've always well, I've never had a proper PC. I always had my parents' like old laptop
Mm,
when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and then at some point I bought a PlayStation 3, and the only thing I'd really play on it was Red Dead Redemption and GTA, and then that's kind of it.
yeah,
And then after that, when I kind of went into university, I saved up and I bought an actual PC, and
yeah,
you know that thing's gone now. But that really opened up the doors for what I can actually play and what I can game
yeah,
with.
yeah.
Nice. I think you touched briefly on this. You mentioned that you played Yap Yap off stream.
Hmm.
So how do you decide, or actually before that, which do you prefer, playing games on stream or off stream?
Oh, I think in my head I separate both of them. So
Yeah.
stream games are things that I want to have a community around, talking to
Yeah.
me and kind of communicating, making jokes, messing with me.
Mm,
But off stream, the games I want to play are either games I want to play with my friends and social,
Okay.
without extra external things coming in just to
Yeah.
mess with it, or games that I really want to kind of enjoy and focus on. Because one of the things about streaming is when you have a little chat going, is that you can't enjoy the game as much because
yeah,
you're playing the
Yeah.
game. You have to look at chat, read chat, communicate with them, do whatever, and then go back to the game, and it constantly keeps taking you out of it. So something like Kingdom Come, I found that once I got people talking in chat, I didn't enjoy it as much
yeah,
because the
Yeah.
whole time I was, riding around on my horse, getting hit by branches falling off my horse, but
yeah,
uh, and then I'd be just doing a fight, and then I see a little chat message pop up, and I have to look around, and I get hit once or something, and it takes me out of the game for a second.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Absolutely.
it's always about distinguishing what do I want to do for myself and what do I want to do for the community.
yeah.
So to that point, I mean, I had my first proper stream yesterday.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for dropping in.
No
Um,
worries.
and I was telling Dan this morning that like I found it difficult just like actually playing the game and then like responding to like the few people that were messaging. Um, but which led me to want to ask this question. How do you actually decide? Because you mentioned that some games, I'm sorry if you can hear my my puppy, he's
Fine, man.
demanding his walk. Um, but how do you decide which game falls into which category? Because for example, right now I am playing Metal Gear Solid, right?
Mm,
And that's a game that when I play it, I'm really immersed and stuff. And it's a game that I would like to play on stream, but my worry is that I'll play it on stream, I'll get really into it, and then one of the two. Like either I'm not responding quick enough or I'm not getting into the game. So how do you manage that?
I mean, it depends on the root of the issue, because if the root of the issue is that you are scared you won't reply to chat, then you have tools in place. I normally, when I play a game that's not competitive, I have a little overlay that shows
Yeah,
the chat on top of my game. So anything something new pops up, I can quickly just scan through it, have a mental note I need to reply to it, and then when it gets to a little dull moment, I can reply to it. Obviously, normally you don't want to leave it too long, but at the
no, of
same
course.
time, if people don't have the patience to wait for you to respond, then do you want that person in the community? I mean, I don't want to be too rude, but
Yeah,
No,
no,
I,
no,
I
that's
know
I
that's
completely
valid.
agree.
That's a very valid point. Yeah,
because you'd always get random people show up, and there's that kind of part of your brain, when you're streaming, you're like, oh, I need to get this person engaged right now.
Yeah.
But it's tiresome. It's unless you're trying to really grow and become big, and kind of ruin your own experience of streaming. You shouldn't focus on those people. You should focus on people in your community that know you, that know
yeah,
that you're going to take a bit of time to respond and respond to them.
Mhm.
Now there are, something like Metal Gear. The good thing is that there's a lot of kind of moments where it slows down a tiny bit,
oh
and
yeah, yeah,
that's good times for you to communicate and still have something happen in the screen for people that just want to watch. But there are a lot of people that do lurk around as well, and they don't
Yeah.
try and communicate with you, but they do like just watching you.
yeah, yeah.
I
And
find that as well. Sorry to cut you off, like,
no, no, it's
um, but like I've had it before where like just saying about the lurkers, then I'll be doing a stream and I'll be kind of chatting and no one's because I never have my view account there. It's just a personal preference. I don't because I don't want to change my cadence depending on how many people are there.
Yeah,
Like other people do what they want, but that's what I do. So I'll kind of see my stream somewhere at the end. I'll think, oh, it's been a bit of a rubbish stream, and then I'll look and it'll go max viewers 14, and I'm
yeah,
like, what? Like, but no one was chatting, and it's kind of nice if you look at it because they were just content with watching and it like almost like a TV show rather than an interactive thing. And if that's what people want to do, it's fine, you know. Um,
yeah,
one thing I will say, Poetic, about the doing chat and doing the game is sometimes kind of setting the precedent is good as well. So like on a Friday, I'm playing God of War at the minute, and before
yeah,
like I actually start playing, I say to my chat like, "Listen, guys, this is going to be a bit of a slower stream. I'm not going to be as engage. I'll still answer what you're saying, but during the high octane moments, I'm gonna be locked in a little bit more, but I will get back to you. And then once people
yeah.
know that, like, cool, sound, and if they want to go, they can go. If they want to stay, they can stay. And I think
Uh,
that's what it's about, really.
Do you know what he mentioned yesterday that he was playing God of War, right? No, sorry, he mentioned something about God of War, and I was about to start splurting out like spoilers and stuff, and then he was like, "No, I've never played it yet," and I was like, "Oh, great,
Yeah, first
bloody
plays do
hell!"
very well though. Like,
yeah,
if you can and you're up for doing a first play of a game, they do well on stream, especially on Twitch.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sound
Uh,
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I play a lot of competitive-ish games, and in a lot of those, you don't want to be reading Twitch chat because
No,
you're playing in a environment where you have to concentrate. So I normally do have a little message that pops up saying that I will respond to chat when the round ends or something like that, just so
yeah,
people
yeah,
know that
Yeah.
hey, if I type in the chat, I'm not just being ignored. This guy's just
Yeah.
waiting for this round to end so I can communicate. So that's
Yeah.
something else you could do as well. Just let them know, like Dan said.
Yeah.
What's your favorite competitive game to play on stream?
Oh, good question.
It depends what I have most fun with and what I actually like streaming. So Valorant is good in terms of
Yeah,
streaming because people like a bit of action. People like seeing things happen and understanding it to an extent. Valorant's
yeah,
a shooting game, and people that play games in general, even if you don't play shooters, guys shoot someone else, they die, you win the round or whatever, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, but then my favorite game to play competitively is a game called TFT, which is Team Five Tactics. Have you guys ever heard of it?
No,
No.
it's a auto chess. So an auto chess game is gonna get kind of wild. You put little people in, and they fight for you, and it's a,
All
it's a
right.
strategy game essentially, but it's
Okay.
competitive because you go against other people, and there's a lot of resources to kind of manage, which is, how much money you're making, how many units you have, and so on.
Yeah.
Because one of the main things is you get three of the same units, they become a stronger unit, but it means that
Uh,
you don't get as higher tier units as other people do because you're making this person stronger compared to someone going much higher than you. So it's
Yeah.
a whole balancing act, and it's really fun because there's a lot of random chance in it as well. But it's not fun to watch at all because, like, if you were seeing that, you go, "What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
did he just
Yeah.
put this thing in and this thing in, and now it's like exploding everything?" Uh, but for me, it all makes sense, and I really enjoy playing it because it's you put everything in and you just wait. You wait for everything to happen, so you have a lot of time to talk to Twitch and the chat and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because no one really enjoys watching it, I found myself that I kind of just go into streams where people are playing these games, and I sit around for a bit and go, "Am I bored of this already?" And
Yeah.
then if I'm bored of it, I go, "Okay, I don't want to stream this at all because if I'm getting
Yeah.
bored
Of
of it,
course.
other people are going to get bored of it."
That's a really good
Yeah.
tactic, actually. I never
Yeah.
thought
That
of
is.
doing that.
Mm.
That is. That is. Ah.
Do you want me to take the next one, or do you want to do it, Poetic?
Yeah. So we're gonna touch. We're gonna focus now on games in
Mm.
general. It's what we all love. Um. So you mentioned you had quite well. Let's just put it as a slow start into gaming at the
Mm.
beginning. But right now, what would you say is your most treasured gaming possession?
My most treasured gaming possession. I don't really have any. I don't buy peripherals. I don't buy merch of games. I think the one thing I might like the most is kind of like a achievement or a trophy in the game itself.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
And well, there's not really treasured ones. I platinumed GTA 5 on my PlayStation 3,
That's
which
quite
Whoa.
a good one because of the
That is
quite
online.
a good one, yeah. But I played it for so long and I was grinding different things. The triathlon thing was such a pain. If
Oh
you
mate,
have you played, you know
yeah,
the triathlon, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Half an hour on
that
the last one, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. It takes about an hour or so to complete, and I tried to get like the essentially like the platinum medal for it,
Mm,
and I had to try about 3 or 4 times, which is about 5 6 hours of gameplay just to get this one little trophy. But in the end, I ended up platinuming it, and I think that's great. But it
yeah.
didn't make
Yeah.
me feel like I accomplished anything because I was just like, well, there you go. It's like 50, 70 hours of my life gone just for this one little thing.
Do
But
you try and like? Do you aim for the platinum on games, or do you kind of just? Because like for me, I go through a game, and if I'm like close to the platinum, I'll go, I'll give that a go.
yeah,
It's never like a goal to platinum. What's your opinion on that?
it's I have a kind of mindset. Obviously, beggars can't be choosers. When I was
Mm,
playing free to play games, I just had to kind of pick and go. But it
Yeah.
kind of gave me a little mindset of I'll try everything once.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I was like, hey, this is a game I'm playing a lot. I've got a lot of achievements already. Like Dan said, I'm quite close to platinum. Let's just go for it. And
Mm,
I tried it. I did it, and in general, I think it wasn't really worth it for me. So I'm not going to platinum any other games if I can, or get all the achievements for a game.
yeah.
Um, but I think more than anything, I treasure moments in games.
Mm,
Like I always will go to Fallout New Vegas, which is probably my favorite RPG game that I've ever played. And in that game, although it's very open, there's very kind of set events that happen. And one
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
events that happened is you go to. I'm guessing you know Fallout and the Fallout
Yeah.
game.
I know of it.
Jen.
I haven't played New Vegas. I played 4, but not New Vegas.
If I remember New Vegas is interesting because the first two Fallouts, they're 2D. They're like a 2D kind of game,
Mm,
point and click adventures. And the company that were behind that got bought out by another company
hmm
that made Fallout 3. And then Fallout New Vegas was a few people from the original company making the game, the stories in the game anyway, and in the new engine. So
Yeah.
the stories are very fleshed out, and it's hard to say, but the moment where I figured out one of the vaults was crazy because
Mm.
in the game you go to a different vault and you have different things that happen. I'm not going to spoil too much. I'm going to spoil one vault though.
You're all right.
Uh,
It's an old
one
game.
of
It's
these,
fine.
okay. In one of these vaults, you go around and it's a lot of like vote for X person, vote for X person, like different people, right? It's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
voting posters around the place, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess in this vault, people were having presidencies. People were, voting for each other and telling people not to vote for someone else, and so on. And as you go through the vault and you kind of start figuring out what's going on, you realize they're telling people not to vote for them, and you're like, that's
Oh.
interesting. That's a bit of a subversion of expectation, isn't it?
Yeah.
You keep going down and you find a little terminal and you get most of the full story. And it turns out every month someone had to be sacrificed in the vault.
Oh my god.
So there were political campaigns telling people to vote for someone else because they didn't clean the dishes or, they didn't
Oh
do something, right?
mate.
And it was really messed up because obviously
Yeah.
people were just trying to get other people to kill each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you figure that out, you're like, oh my God, that's going to stick with me forever, right? Because it goes much deeper. Because at some point, someone decided, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to vote for anyone else. And then the vault goes, congratulations, you win. You passed this test that we thought you'd never kill anyone else, and you didn't kill anyone else. So it turns out you didn't have to kill anyone. You didn't have to vote anyone off. The whole
Oh my
Yeah.
test was to
god.
see if you would or not. And people were just killing each other off until there was about 5 people left. And then they realized you didn't have to.
Oh wow.
And
That's mental.
those things like I treasure, right? Because it's obviously a very good game designer that just realized this is how people are going to go about it. People are
Mm.
going
Yeah.
to explore around this kind of pathway, and we'll let them slowly figure it out as they go.
Yeah, I love little things like that in games. One that always sticks with me, and it's not as like deep as that one.
Yeah,
It's more of a funny one. Is Far Cry 3. I don't know if any of you have played it.
I loved it. Yeah.
So the I remember I was like trying to be really sneaky in this like the bandit camps because they have like the camps dotted around
Mm.
the little collectathons of them.
Yeah.
And I went into the front door and was like, okay, cool, there's no one here. Let's have a little mooch, see what we've got. I open the back door and there is a fully fledged tiger staring at me. So I run out the door. Obviously, all the guards are after me. Run out the door, and I know there's a hill with water below.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can just get to this hill and jump off, I'm good. So I
Yeah.
jump off this hill, go to dive. At the moment I dive, a crocodile goes, "Ah yeah," and opens its mouth, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" But you know when this was like before I streamed, and I remember sitting there thinking that would have been such a good little short video. That would have been that would have got so many views. That would have been amazing, but it never happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But in that vein, what is very simple question? You can answer it quick fire, or you can go into detail with it.
Hmm.
Favorite game?
All right. I'll probably go back to New Vegas. New Vegas really opened up the doors for what a game could be
Yeah.
essentially, and it kind of showed me, hey, if you have a developer that's really into a game, that
Mm,
really
Yeah.
cares about a game, and really understands how to make the game what it's meant to be,
yeah.
even if graphics wise it looks terrible, I won't lie,
Yeah.
but the stories and everything that happens in it really sticks with you,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of kind of freedom on what you do in that game. You could, go around and murder everyone. You can go around, be friends with everyone. You can just go and join the bad faction and then just become a bad guy for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
There's even something called a little perk, because in the game you get little power ups here and there as you
Yeah.
level up.
Yeah.
There's one called Wild Wasteland, which makes crazy things happen here and there. So, one of the first things you get out of the first town, and you spot an Indiana Jones Easter egg. You see a fried dead body inside a refrigerator, if you remember the
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
And he's got like a hat on and a little whip, so you can put a little hat on, and you can run around as little like Indiana Jones. And then later on in the game, you see an alien spaceship, and you have to fight aliens. and that would never have happened if you don't get that perk in the very beginning. So
That's
Oh,
amazing.
it
that
it
is.
it really opened up my eyes to see, okay, this is what a game could be. And then GTA 5 came out, and it was like a whole different thing
Yeah,
of this is how, if someone really wanted to make a more grounded kind of game, this is how it
Yeah,
could be. And all of these very open kind of games where it's just like live, just be in
yeah,
this world that we made for you. Just have fun, enjoy yourself. If you want to be more, competitive or like etc., here's a way you can do it. But in general, I think something like Fallout New Vegas really opened the doors for me of what a game could be.
yeah, yeah. That's a really good answer, to be fair.
no, it
Thank
was.
you.
Um, so sticking with Fallout, how do you think it compares? Well, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the TV show?
The TV show, I've watched a few episodes. I'm still ongoing, but it's very good. It's very faithful to more the feel of Fallout, which is that it's just a crazy little world that has happened. I'm guessing you have you seen the TV show yourself?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't.
it's very funny. It's very kind of silly at times, but very serious
Mm,
at
Yeah.
different times, and it captures kind of the feel of Fallout when you play Fallout, when you're going around the world. A lot of silly things happen. If someone runs up to you and goes, "Haha, I got you," tag, and then runs off, and then they explode somewhere else, and you don't
oh
know
my
what just
god.
happened, but you're just like, "Well, this is the world now, I guess." And then there's seriously deep moments where you realize that the companion that you've been walking around with, the reason he's so quiet and the reason he hates a certain faction is because they like kidnapped his wife and killed her or something, and you're like,
Oh
oh
my
snap,
god.
I'm sorry. That's why you keep shooting these guys without even thinking about it.
Yeah,
uh, and I think the show really balances that kind of feel where
Yeah.
there's a lot of funny silly things that happen, and then suddenly just switches on a dime to like, it's very serious. This world has people in it living around, and hey, look, there's a crazy little bandit that just gets his head blown off for no reason, or but I think it captures the feel mostly.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, we kind of touched on the game and memory, didn't we? Poetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the next part of the podcast, and if you don't have any, that's absolutely fine. But we talk a little bit about gaming hot takes.
Oh, okay.
So me and Poetic, we've kind of started not scripting this, and we
Oh,
kind of
okay.
just go with what we feel in the moment. So my one, if you want me to go first, while people
Yeah,
think,
go for it.
that I can think of off the top of my head, is streaming is the the best the most gratifying way of making content, in my opinion.
Mm.
What do you guys
Oh.
think about that one?
Well, do you want to go first, Poetic, or should I?
To, I'm gonna give such a on the fence answer, but I don't know because I've only started streaming,
Yeah,
so I'll have to
fair,
take your word for it.
fair.
Yeah. Then by gratify, I can't even say it. What's the word? Sorry, Dan.
Gratifying.
Gratifying. By gratifying, do you mean that it makes you feel the best, or do you think
Yeah,
it's something else?
yeah.
Uh,
So I like it's the most rewarding. I would say
okay, yeah,
that's another way I'd put it.
yeah. Ooh, that is interesting because I've made YouTube videos of games I played, and I've um, actually found that I like making videos more than streaming.
Really?
Because
Okay.
yeah, in general, because I can cut out the non-funny bits and then put them together and then make them funnier in my respect.
Yeah.
And the way I kind of always see it is that I'll watch my VOD back of a stream I did,
Mm,
and I'd sit there and go, was that enjoyable for me? And what can I change about it?
mm.
And I watch a video I made and I go, oh, that's really funny. I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think if people found me through my videos compared to my streams, then they'd have a funnier time just being
Mm,
around. The rewarding aspect, I think, having someone live next to you saying that was funny or that was good, that really does affect you. And
Yeah.
I normally had that when I was playing games with people.
Mm.
Even if there was no one really in chat, we'd always kind of be very positive to each other, or really make fun of each other or something like that. And
Yeah.
that that constant kind of live reaction gives a lot to a situation as well, I guess.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I think I do agree with you. I think it is very rewarding when you have people that are
Yeah.
around and ready to clip it, for example. I
Yeah.
think the dopamine when you do something and then someone, without you telling them, just clips it. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
that
I
hits
love it.
different. Yeah.
Or when you said something and you don't realize that it's a little bit out of pocket, and then you look over and it just says clip, and you're like, oh, for God's sake.
You see all the like hearts or like laughing emojis in the chat, and
Yeah. I think that's what I mean by like the most rewarding. Like when because I do YouTube as well, and when I put a video up, like
Mm,
sometimes in the first day it might get 5 views. I could check it in a week and it could be on 50.
yeah,
It could be a bit of a slow burner video, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a bit more time to get that feedback, whereas streaming it's like,
instant. Yeah.
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 And what I quite like about streaming is if you wanted to, you could change it on a dime. In that, say I'm playing Crusader Kings like I was yesterday, and I
Mm,
get to a point, and then I've done a whole Iron Man save, and it's 200 years down the line, and then I die, and the whole game's over.
yeah.
I can just change the game if I
Yeah.
want to. But if I'm doing a YouTube video trying to go the whole length of Crusader Kings 3 and I get 200 years down the line and then I mess it up, that whole YouTube video's got to be deleted. I can't do
Yeah.
anything with that really. If I want it
Really?
to be legit, in
Yeah.
in in my like, but I'm very much like this. Like I streamed. I don't know if we knew each other at the time, but I streamed Shadow of the Colossus,
Oh, I think
and
I just started watching when you did that. Yeah.
yeah, and I was gonna make that because I do a series on YouTube where I complete games and
Yeah.
not to platinum. I'll try and play through the whole game, and that was gonna be one. And I remember watching it back, and I remember just going, I'm not enjoying this, and I deleted the
Mm.
entire series, like
Oh gosh.
15 episodes, because but
Bloody hell.
that's very much what I'm like. So I've
Yeah.
stopped batch recording now because I look back and I overthink it. I'm very
Mm.
much
Yeah.
more like I'll be like a week in advance. I have to be very close to where I want it to be, and having that
Yeah.
deadline makes me kind of a bit better at not overthinking it and kind of pushing it out a bit more. But I don't know. I don't know whether that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree. So, when I was kind of in my height of content creation, because I haven't really uploaded anything,
Mm,
it's always when I kind of feel very passionate about a game or like,
yeah,
or moments in a game. So one of the few videos that I did, I was quite lucky because, in general, I had a nice community around me that kind of would watch the video and then push it up in the beginning, which, the YouTube algorithm will even push it up even more.
yeah,
And I
Yeah.
think my first video that I did after my big blowout in a 120,000 view video,
yeah,
because after the death threats, I just made it private. I was like, no, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
of
this ever.
course.
And then when I was playing games with people, people would go, "Oh, this is so funny. Oh, this is so funny. What you did was so funny." And I say, "Yeah, it was funny. Why didn't I just make a video from it?"
yeah,
So I started
Yeah.
making a video, and I realized, oh, there's more things I can add in, more moments that I had that I can add in. And in the end, it became like a whole 10-minute video of essentially clips from what I did. I'd play
yeah,
Valorant, I talk to people, I get really funny people, I get really weird people, I get moments where I completely pop off and I do a crazy play that works. And it's all kind of compiled into a thing. And it's very, how do I say, like, Soviet Womble. I'm sure most
yeah,
people have seen Soviet Womble.
yeah. I love
And
Soviet
Yeah.
Wobble.
his videos are all just clips and moments from his streams or him playing games with his friends that he puts together and he just pushes it out there and people love it.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
that kind of inspired me to make my videos. So when I do this, it's a lot of just capsulized memories of I was playing Peak with these people, and I remember these moments now. I
Yeah.
edited it to be really funny as well. So now they are kind of immortalized in this video, in this moment as
Yeah.
well. So I'd always
Yeah.
remember them and so on. But something like streaming, I think the coolest thing about being rewarded on stream is something along the lines of you're doing something and then suddenly someone pops up on stream and you don't know them or so on, and you're playing around and they say, oh, by the way, you could do this, and I go, ah, that's true, you can do this. And you don't
Yeah.
get that from YouTube video, because
No.
you make a video about a month after you've played the game, for example,
Yeah.
and then someone goes, you could have done this, and you go, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
I could have used that a month ago
Yeah.
instead of this.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
very true. Yeah.
That's another
Um.
part of being rewarded when you're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Um.
it is like it's different for different people, isn't it? It just it
Yeah.
depends. Like I think for me, I'm biased because I am not an editor, and I really struggle getting motivation to edit. Once the video is edited and I look at it and I've added the subtitles and I've added, a funny jump cut, or like my favorite things, because as you can tell, I don't shut up. So what tends to happen is I'll be playing a game and I'll be like, this is going really well. And then I'll put the little SpongeBob like 12 seconds
12
later.
seconds later.
That was amazing, by the way. That was a really good impression. And then it'll just cut to like in XCOM, my entire squad's being wiped or something. And I'm like, it's like a running theme. But yeah, like they're my favorite edited moments, where it's like it's not actually a lot of editing. All I've got to do is screen record the little SpongeBob meme, place it into
Yeah.
the thing, and just clip that little bit together. It's not a lot of work, but it's got quite a good payoff. They're my favorite edits, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, comedy is always subjective, right? But I
Mm,
think if you know your audience, you can always be funny with them.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of
That's very true.
my jokes are just what I find funny. And then if someone else finds it funny, great for them as well. But at least one person found it funny in the end.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
100%. Poetic, do you have a hot take?
Yeah. Okay. I don't. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a
uh,
good one. I can
Oh,
feel
no.
it.
Well, I'd see this. This is
might
the
be
thing. I
cut.
don't know if it's
Just gonna
gonna be
hard
that
cut
good.
right now and then carry on after.
I feel that side content, as in like side quests and side missions,
Mm.
should relate back to the main story.
100%. I agree.
Okay, that was easy.
Well, it depends on the game, I guess. I know there's a lot of CD Projekt Red games which they give you a side quest and you go around, do your little side quest, but then you find out about characters that you wouldn't have found out about
Yeah.
in the main game, in the main
Yeah.
story anyway. So, I've recently playing Cyberpunk because I've actually got a PC that can handle Cyberpunk, and I've been
Nice.
going through it, and it's crazy because you got the main story, you're going through these things, and you hear about like Jotaro Shogo or something, like a random character, and you go, oh, cool, whatever. And then you do the actual mission, and you find out this guy is an absolute monster in the underworld,
Mm.
Yeah.
and you take him down randomly. But if you didn't do the side content, you
That's-
wouldn't have known
yeah.
about this character in the main
Yeah.
game, unless
Yeah.
you're looking at something external as well.
Yeah. I think that the little like I don't think it needs to be like directly linked to the story, but it needs to have like the hints of it.
Yeah.
So like, is it oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows? I keep seeing this clip going around where they talk about they used to be they talk about the Templars, and they're like, oh, in Italy they were really big, and they were like, oh, what happened to them? I'm like, not a lot's known, but it's said that they were taken down by an organization, but there's no information about it, and you're like, yeah, that's my boy, that was
Yeah.
Ezio, I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love Assassin's Creed, by the way, so
Yeah, look
that'll
callbacks
become
and
my new
everything.
kingdom come Deliverance, I think.
Yeah. Are you gonna play all of them though? Do you think?
I'm trying to platinum all of them,
Oh, that's
but
tough.
but the ones that are difficult to platinum, I think it's Black Flag has
Yeah,
and AC3 and
yeah,
Unity. I might be wrong because they have elements of online.
yeah.
But with Black Flag getting, because they did the online and then they realised that a lot of people played it just for the single player, so they took the to get the platinum. You don't need to do the online in like the
Hmm.
remasters and things like that. So with Black Flag getting the is it a remake or a remaster?
Not
Not
sure, you know.
sure.
Yeah, I want to say a remaster. That'll be a lot easier to platinum.
Yeah.
But I've done AC2, which was an absolute ball ache with the feathers.
Yeah.
Um, I'm on AC Brotherhood, and I'm probably about 70% of the way to platinum it. I think
Mm,
it's the
Okay.
Borgia flags for this one.
yeah,
But I mean, they are easy games to platinum because they're just collectathons. It's quite tedious.
yeah.
But like I was saying before, I will platinum a game if I love it. Like if it's
Mm,
something that like
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is like my biggest platinum because it was 600 hours. What
yeah.
you're smiling again because I
Bloody
had to
hell.
get the other
Yeah.
get a little call back to it again.
Every single episode.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I love it, man. I love
I
it.
love it as well.
I want to get sponsored by Warhawks. That's the goal.
Oh, that'd be the goal, yeah.
That is the goal.
So
Um,
going
sorry,
back
Larry.
to what you said as well, Poetic, I do realize that some games actually give you extra things in the main story if you do some side missions. Because I remember GTA now.
Yeah.
There's a little event that can happen on the map where you save. I think it's Patrick. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but that someone's robbing a store and then they need a getaway driver. You can stop by and pick him up, and then they become accessible in the later heist
Yeah.
as a bodyguard or so on. So
Yeah.
I think those kinds of things are interesting because I'm sure there are players out there that don't like side content. They just want to get through the main story and then mess around. But I
Yeah.
think most, I want to say, more than 60% of gamers, they like doing side content. They like getting their money's worth, essentially, right? You paid
Yeah, of
X
course.
amount for this
100%.
game. You want to play everything through it.
Yeah.
Um, and
And
yeah.
no, I was good. I was just gonna say. I remember you mentioning at the start of the podcast about price of games.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's getting egregious, the pricing.
Yeah.
I'm sure, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Production time, how much it takes to produce, inflation. But I think having something like a $70 game for a AAA game, which is a copy and paste game, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and especially when there's things that make it easier for them, like AI. And I know a lot of these games use a lot of AI that just
Yeah.
makes their life easier and makes the game worse, in my opinion, sometimes.
Mm.
Uh, but $70 or like £70 for a game, it's far too much. And I always kind of compare it to what can I get for the £70 instead of this game? And
Yeah.
you go through all of the old games that you used to play, all of these, little indie games that come out that cost, a tenth of the price.
Yeah.
And you say,
Yeah.
should I get this game just so, I can have essentially the same game over and over again? Or do I get something that's a new experience? And some people go towards the former, they want to fit in, they want to play a game that they really like. And I always kind of, because I guess I come from a different time when you paid, X amount for a game and you get X amount of content. You
Yeah.
don't pay X amount for a game and then you have to buy a battle pass and then buy this and
Yeah.
then buy a DLC and then
Yeah.
buy all of this just to keep the game going.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I have a memory of, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, right?
Mm.
And essentially what would happen is, like, we'd go to school, we'll come back, and we'll all like hop on and play play the game. And they released a new set of maps that you had to buy, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And at the time, I basically just didn't have enough money to buy it. Like, um, I would have had the money to buy it like the following week.
Mm.
So all my friends had it, and they would literally throughout the whole week we were playing it. They were just basically like, "Oh, we got to play on the shit maps again. Oh, we got," and I was
Oh
just
God,
like,
yeah.
Ah, mate,
and
I remember
yeah,
it.
now I'm thinking now like it's gotten so much worse because like even with free to play games, you'll see like I don't know, like Fortnite for example might have like a character skin, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's using that character skin. And if you're using like a free one, I fear that like kids are just gonna be like, oh, why are you using the free one? Like
Exactly.
get
Yeah.
the...
Yeah.
And I'm just like, mate, like there are so many different avenues that these companies are making money from us that I feel like they don't need to charge as much. And the scary thing about it is with GTA, right? If GTA comes out and it's let's say £100, I
Mm.
don't actually think that will impact its sales, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's still gonna sell phenomenally well. But I fear that if it does do that, then other companies,
Mm.
for example, let's say the next Call of Duty, right? Will look at that and be like, oh yeah, we can charge £90,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And they can't, but they're going to try to. And
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to come a point, right? Like if, and obviously they're not going to do that, but what Rockstar should do is release GTA 6 at £50
Yeah.
and see
Mm.
what happens. Because then everyone's going to sit up and be like, we cannot charge £70 for a game if GTA 6 is £50, right?
Yeah.
And they could charge £50 and basically be like GTA Online is another £30, and they'll still make £80 worth from a lot of people.
Do you know,
Mm.
But
I think it'd be a really good marketing strategy for GTA 6 because there's the people, and I think, us three are probably in that where, and it's bad to say, but it doesn't matter what price tag they put on it, I am going to buy that game
Yeah.
because
yeah,
I mean, one, it's going to be a part of gaming history.
yeah,
Two, it's Rockstar. I am 99% confident I will enjoy the game. And
Yeah.
yeah,
three, I have to stream it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to jump on
Yeah.
that bandwagon. But there are people who are like, oh, I'm a bit on the fence of getting it. If it's going to be so much, I'll wait a little bit. If they just went, we are going to bring this out for 30 quid.
Oh God, no, that's not gonna happen though.
No, but imagine
Yeah.
30,
Imagine. Yeah.
30 quid. Imagine how much the sales would skyrocket.
yeah,
But at,
It,
at,
it
at
could.
the same
Yeah.
time, GTA 6 will come out in 2 years. It'll be on Game Pass and PS Plus.
Yeah.
Like for people who actually do want to wait, and then it'll be on PS6 and PS7 and PS8, and
oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna
it'll
rinse and repeat
like
Yeah.
that game.
because when did GTA 5 originally come out? Like
20
20,
well,
2014 or something.
20.
yeah, it was on the yeah, I think 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm quite impressed. I
2014.
got
Yeah.
I got that. So what's that? 12 years of rinsing
Yeah.
a game. Like it's a bit mad. And I mean, the only other one that I can think that really does that is Skyrim with the amount of additions that have
Yeah.
came out for it. But
But
it needs to stop.
I saw something right, and it was basically I can't remember if it was I think it was on the PS2. PS2 basically got GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, and then we've gotten GTA 5 on the PS3, the PS4, and the
Yeah,
PS5,
yeah,
which is nuts.
Well,
But
absolutely mad.
I think
but
GTA 6, it's gonna set a precedent, right? Whatever happens,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's the most anticipated game coming out for recent memory, and
Mm.
I think because of how much it's hyped up, it kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk for a tiny bit, where Cyberpunk was so hyped up, and then they rushed it out, and then it was X amount as well. It's about like £50 when it came out, I want to say, but
yeah,
Yeah,
and then it was shit, right? It
yeah,
was broken. It was messy. It didn't feel like what it's meant to feel, and the it ruined their reputation for a while, right? Until they
yeah,
they fixed it slowly,
Yeah.
And I wonder what would happen if GTA 6 came out and it was shit. Could you imagine?
Mate.
If GTA 6 came out and it was terrible, no one enjoyed it, everyone paid, let's say, £100 for it, and it was terrible, but they still made bank from it, you know?
Yeah.
There's
Do
a
you
there's a
know?
lot of FOMO, right? There's a lot of
Yeah.
hey, this game just came out. I need to buy it right now and stream it, or play it with my friends and so on. Like you said with the maps in Modern Warfare 2, I had that a lot, right? Because firstly, my parents didn't let me buy anything, because like anything video game related, especially something with shooting in it. Oh god, the leaps and bounds I had to do to get them to buy me a game called Assassin's Creed. You
Yeah.
know, but what I do is in the little playground, I had a friend that had rich parents, and I'd trade him things because he didn't know the value of stuff, right? Well, whereas I did, so I'd be like, oh, I'll give you my sandwich if you buy me the DLC for a Black Ops, something like that. So he'd be like,
That's
oh yeah, go ahead
amazing.
then, and then I just get like the DLC for free just for a sandwich or something.
That's amazing.
But I really felt that, I really felt in times when I couldn't get something that my friends had, and it is peer pressure. You are trying to fit in, and obviously
Yeah.
me, essentially being from a different country, it was a bit harder for me to try and fit in with everyone and
Yeah.
all my friends and so on, and keep these relationships going. And I think the worst thing about these games is they do kind of target young teens and kids essentially, right? They say, hey, if you don't have this, you're not as cool as your friend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that sucks. I think that's such a bad precedent to keep. Something like Fortnite, right? You don't have the battle pass, you don't have the new skins, you don't have the new emotes. Oh, what are you? They call you
Yeah.
different things. I remember I was called something when I lost with a free skin or something, and it made me feel bad. And I'm a grown ass adult, and I could buy the battle pass. I'm just choosing not to.
Yeah.
But then in my head, I'm like, I need to buy this battle pass because I don't want to be like I don't want to be in that situation again.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think companies are not dumb. They know how to make money, and if Rockstar wanted to charge X amount, imagine they released it free to play. Imagine they released GTA 6 free to play. Everyone's playing it, and then they say, okay, if you want to play more, you have to subscribe for it. Imagine how much money. Let's say from the start of GTA 5 to now, you had to subscribe to play this game, which is essentially a battle pass system. A battle pass is just a new kind of subscription system they have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine they brought it down. Imagine how much more money they might make if they didn't have an initial price tag. Because GTA has been free a lot of times. It's been free on Epic Games.
Yeah.
There's other ways you can claim it for free as well.
Yeah. It's on PS Plus right now, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's hilarious is I laughed that it's we've had GTA 5 for 3 generations, but I'm the idiot that's bought it on every generation. So,
Me too.
so yeah, so
Yeah,
no.
exactly. Yeah.
To be fair, I would argue PS3 and PS4 are completely different games because they are the first person.
Hmm.
I would argue that,
Yeah.
and they did first person right in terms of like the first time I got in a car on GTA 5 in first person, and all the like the speedometer and all the dials worked, and the indicator had come, well, not the indicator, but like the lights had come on, and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
things like that. I was like, oh my god, this is actually like quite sick. You'd park up and you'd see your little brake lights thing on the
Yeah.
dashboard. I was like, oh, this is good. I like this.
One thing Rockstar does so well is details.
Yeah.
Details and just making the game feel so good. I think one of the craziest things was I was driving a GTA. I'd never noticed it before, but you might have like a little like brick or something on the road, and your tire just goes over it and down. And
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before in a game, right? I walked over. It's like something's wrong here, and I backed up onto it, and it's so the tire went up and down. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I'm playing first person mode, and it's raining, right?
Yeah.
It's raining, and you hear the sound of the rain, and you get in the car, and it goes, and
Yeah.
nothing. And you go, that is crazy. And then you go third person again. You can keep hearing the rain, right? But
Yeah.
it's little details like that that really sell Rockstar as a company that cares about all these little things.
Well,
Yeah, no,
sorry, go on, Poetic.
No, I was just gonna say I remember watching the Digital Foundry analysis on on one of the trailers, right? And they spent like 5 to 10 minutes talking about the bubbles in the beer, and it's such a small detail, right?
Yeah.
But even they were like it doesn't need to be rendered.
Yeah.
It but the fact that they've taken the time to render that, it's like, yeah, like I have full confidence that this game will come out and it won't be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly think when GTA 6 comes out, it will be on the news that like record amount of people are taking days off
Yeah,
in
called in sick.
like I think PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, I reckon it'll all break
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
opening weekend or whatever. I don't think they'll be prepared for the influx of people going on their systems. I think it'll break all records and it'll just be an
Oh yeah, no,
amazing game. It's gonna
like
be so good.
there was predictions that like global GDP and stuff is gonna dip,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and
I've heard about
like
that. Yeah.
stuff like that. And do you know, so my partner's Polish, right?
Mm.
And there was this clip of in like the Polish parliament that I kept sending it to her. She got so pissed off. But it was this man that stood up, right? And like bear in mind, this is like like parliament,
Yeah.
where they're meant to be like discussing like shit that impacts their country, yeah. This
Mm.
guy gets up and basically starts complaining that they've delayed GTA 6 and goes like on a massive rant. And
That's amazing.
I was like, I was just sending it to her like, if I knew that Polish people were like this dedicated to gaming, I would have
Yeah.
moved to Poland or something.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, but yeah, oh
Sorry, Lai, we haven't even got to your hot take yet.
yeah,
I mean, I've got a few. I think over the years, because I'm quite opinionated in some of these respects, right? So I do kind of get hot takes. I think one of the most lukewarm is that games should be more accessible for more
whoa,
people.
whoa. We don't want lukewarm, but we'll address that.
It's still a hot take compared to what other people do say in my
No.
little space, but
Yeah.
I think games in general, they kind of cater to this one audience of this kind of picture of a gamer you have, and they don't
Yeah.
really cater to other people. Like I know a lot of people have arachnophobia, for example,
Yeah.
and some
Yeah.
games do it really well. I know Hogwarts Legacy, Grounded, they had arachnophobia mode, which meant that they turn off the kind of design of a spider, for example, and it
Yeah.
lets people play it easier. And then you have games like Skyrim where you have to download an external mod to get rid of spiders, for example, as well, right? And it's one of those things where obviously when someone's designing a game, they don't think about other people. They just think about this core
Yeah.
kind of group of people that are going to play the game. But it also means that things like Dark Souls, games that are meant to be hard, why not just make them easier for a certain user,
Yeah.
just so that they can enjoy the game itself without having this pressure of, oh, you didn't play it on hard mode, so you didn't actually play the game.
Mm.
And I think there's a
Yeah.
culture around this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. I am very big on accessibility because it's essentially one of the fundamental pillars of gaming is community, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And without making things accessible, you are essentially reducing the pool of gamers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I think just looking at consoles, ignoring PC, there's a cap of roughly 300 million users across all consoles,
Mhm.
and that's never lifted. And fundamentally, it's probably because a lot of people will look at gaming and just basically be like, yeah, not a chance. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's just too hard. There's too many buttons.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Wii, one of the reasons why that's did so well is because it removed a lot of the friction. So I fully think that it's something that should be a new foundation in gaming.
Yeah.
Like one of the best, not necessarily best, one of my most enjoyable watches was seeing a guy play Call of Duty that was like quite severely disabled, but he was playing it with like by blowing and like moving his lips and stuff.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that.
And this guy was getting kills like outside of how he was playing the game. He was like actually just playing the game. He was doing some amazing things, and I was like, how many of him are out there like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could do
Exactly.
crazy things in games that just feel like they can't do it because it's not accessible. So
Yeah.
On that subject, I'm gonna do a shout out for one of my favourite charities, and I did some work with them a while ago, and I did a charity stream for them and raised a little bit of money for them. Special Effect, and have you heard of them, Lie? I don't know if you have.
I've heard of them, yeah. I've heard
So
of them before.
what they basically do for anyone listening that doesn't know is they will adapt game controllers or ways that you turn the game on, or they make those like the little like flutes that you blow into and things like that. And
Mm.
it could just be as simple as on a mouse, I don't know, making a little button here to go forward, because I have more movement in my thumb than I do on, actually my
yeah,
wrist and moving the
Yeah.
mouse. So it's just about like, it could be a very simple transition, or it could be, a massive overhaul of a game room, and they will come out and like do all that for you. They're an absolutely amazing
That's
charity.
amazing, yeah.
So I'd love to work with them again. Actually, I need to look into that. They're quite cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that's great that I know as well. I might look into them, see if I can work with them at some point as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
very good.
Likewise.
I literally just I reached out to them and sent them an email and said, listen, I'm gonna do this charity stream. You're the main charity that I like to work with.
Yeah.
Are you okay with me doing that? And they're like, yeah, go for it.
Hmm.
Sent me all the stuff that and they even sent me a little card out. I've got it somewhere. I don't know where. A little
Hmm.
card saying, handwritten, saying, thank you, Good Games Anthem,
Oh, that's so
for doing
nice.
all this, and they never had to do that. It was,
No,
it was
yeah,
Yeah,
quite, it
yeah.
was quite nice.
That's quite nice, yeah.
But yeah, I think we both definitely agree with your hot take there.
Yeah, I
I
mean, my
don't even think it's
lukewarm
a hot
take.
take. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it's a hot take. It's a right
Okay,
take.
yeah,
I've got another one.
go
Yeah, go
for it.
for it.
I'm not sure how many competitive-ish games you guys play, but I think we should bring back the ability to leave mid-match. Because I think one of the things that a lot of games that are competitive, they're kind of leaning more into how it works in esports or very
Mm,
competitive environments like that, where if you're on a team and you're losing, you're having a great the worst time ever, you have to play through the whole game.
mm,
And I think that should not be the precedent that we have as just regular gamers. Because I remember back in the day, I'd play something like Overwatch or games like that,
Yeah,
and or like Team Fortress 2, for example, one of my favorite games. And it's a game where you play and you play and you play, and when you're not enjoying it, you just go, okay, I'm gonna leave this match.
yeah,
Leave, no penalty, nothing, and you can just get into another game.
yeah,
But these days, they put a lot of emphasis on, okay, this is how it is if you're at the top of the top. And if you are losing, if you're playing bad, you cannot leave. You cannot, betray your teammates.
yeah.
Even
yeah,
if, they're shouting at you, they're being very abusive towards you. You cannot leave. And if you leave, we're going to penalize you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like this precedent that's set. And I really think that should not be the case. I think if I'm playing a game, I'm not enjoying it, I can just leave.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
I mean,
Jinx.
Easy.
the
Okay, I need
the
to get more more controversial
no,
takes.
I think it is a hot take in that, just from my like thing. I work with kids with additional needs in a SEMH school,
Mm,
and one of the things that's kind of talked about quite a lot is like participation medals and things like that. And in that sense, with like children's sports days, I don't think everyone should get a medal.
mm,
Just for being there. But at the same time, what you're saying, there's been so many times when I've been playing like UFC or whatever, and like if I'm playing UFC and I'm in it could be a championship fight or whatever online. If I
Yeah.
hear Abby, you know, she's like, if she's, God forbid, but she's fell over or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
I am putting that. I'm not even pausing it. I'm running. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm getting penalised for that, and
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me. And I've always been the same with like streams. Like I don't know whether any of you were there, but I've ended streams before because you know things
Something
have
happens.
happened in real life, and
Yeah.
as much as like we love gaming and we love this, and like we all we love our partners and our real life more. So I feel like you know, the point I'm trying to make is the game isn't everything, and that's why I
Yeah.
No.
agree. And the whole kind of you let your teammates down and stuff like that. Like, I play a game. Well, I used to play a game called Hell Let Loose. I think
I remember
Soviet
that. Yeah.
Wonderballs played it a
Yeah.
little bit. It was actually the first game I ever played on TikTok or content creation, and those matches can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like they are full scale tactical warfare things, and
Yeah.
but like I remember that game. If you didn't stay the entire match, you didn't get your XP.
That's terrible.
Like you just didn't get your XP, and you know how with COD it'd be like, I don't know how it is now. I haven't played. It'd be like you'd be private 1, private 2, private
Mm.
3, then you go to Lance Corporal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Hell Let Loose, it's 10.
Oh my
So
gosh.
so it's private 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Lance Corporal. So I
Wow.
I am level. I want to say I'm level 45, and I'm a sergeant. Like
Oh my
that's
gosh.
on Hell Let Loose, and all I want is to get to lieutenant, so I can
Yeah.
say that I'm Lieutenant Dan off Forrest Gump. That's all I want. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but yeah, I
No,
I
No.
no,
I agree
that's right.
with
But
Yeah.
I agree with what
I
you're saying.
I also agree, and more to the point, I feel like skill-based matchmaking has ruined a lot of competitive
Mm,
games. Because I remember back in the day, uh, we would hop on COD, and it will be like we will have a few good matches, and then we would have one match where it was quite close. But because it was quite close, it was super fun, right?
mm,
And
Yeah.
everyone was like, all right, look, like no one die, right? Like no one die. I've got this, right? And now it's like, oh, I've died 20 times and I've only killed one person.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
why am I even playing this game,
Yeah.
right? And to your point, like at that point, you do want to leave, but then you're like, well, if I do leave, I'm going to get some hit with some form of penalty.
mm,
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, all right, at the end of this match, I'm just not going to play the game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. By the way,
Oh,
do you have something on your?
oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed it when you were talking.
It's a little back in, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I just wanted to
from.
let you know so you don't look back on the recording. You just got so many.
I'm
Um.
keeping that in, by the way.
Yeah, no, keep it in. Keep it in. It's all grand.
So I think it does. I think it's because of this kind of blow up of esports in general that this is kind of the how it goes these days. And I don't know if that's a hot take or anything, but I think esports in general has kind of ruined the state of multiplayer gaming.
Mm,
Yeah,
Although, sure, it's fun to watch here and there. You got the CDL and you got the big tournaments for other games as well. But it means that when people watch this, they say, "This is how I want my games to be. I want to feel this kind of competitive edge." And then you have more casual players like myself who are kind of forced into this competitive edge as well.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it meant that these days I don't really play competitive
no,
as much as I play like just a casual game. But then you get into a situation where the casual players are way too casual and they just
yeah,
have this mindset of, oh, I don't care,
yeah,
I don't care if I win, I'm just playing casually. And in my head I want to win as well, I want to have fun but I want to win.
yeah,
So where's the balance between, where do I go in between, right?
yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? What I find as well is more and more so. I'll go into like competitive games, and like the weird thing about me is I could go into COD and I could die 20 times and kill 3 people, or I kill 40 people and die 3 times. Like
Yeah.
there's no in between for me. So
Mm.
a lot of games nowadays I am bad to average at. So it's
Yeah.
becoming more and more of a thing where if I go into a competitive game and I'm actually good at it, I'm like, hang on, but am I against bots? Is my skill
Yeah.
base that low that the matchmaking is I am with the casuals and I just think I'm doing well,
Mm.
and then because we've all had it where you play with your friend and your friend would host and they're a much higher level than you,
Yeah.
and you
Oh
get
yeah.
put into
And you
their
just get
matchmaking
destroyed.
and you're
Yeah.
like, what on earth? Like it's like going from, I don't know if you're into football, but it's like
Mm.
going from non-league to the Premier League. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
horrendous. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that happens all the time when I play with my partner because she's really good at Call of Duty.
yeah.
And if she hosts the game, I will literally, so her desk is here, right?
Mm,
And literally within like the first 30 seconds, I can tell if this is going to be enjoyable or not. And
yeah,
sometimes I'll just put my pad down and just sit there and stare at her.
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's fine, right? She's there like killing people, and I'll literally like step outside dead, or like turn around dead, and I'm just like, this is not fun, and she's just there like, yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Okay, shall we move over to quick fire questions, which is the kind of the last part of the podcast, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So, like, you can give a little bit of a
Yeah.
kind of a why around it, but as quick fire as you can. So, Poetic, do you want
Okay.
to
Yeah.
kick us off?
Favorite content memory.
Favorite content memory. Lee, how are you?
What's that? Sorry, I know it's quick fire, but I need to find.
I was playing Valorant and I play a game mode which is very quick. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I got placed into the Turkish servers, and there people don't call me Light, they call me Lee. So I got into a lobby with about 3 different people asking me who I am, where I'm from, what do I do, and
Yeah.
I'm being very kind of funny about it, but they
Yeah.
get more and more aggressive, and they start swearing at me, asking me where I'm from, and I just say, "Oh no, guess where I'm from?" And go, "America." No, I'm not from America. Colombia, and they're just listing off countries, and I don't tell them at all where I'm from, and it was just one of the funniest moments.
Oh, that's amazing. I like that.
Brilliant.
Okay, best console.
Best console play? No, Super NES.
Ooh,
Ooh.
because I don't think we had that one
Why?
before.
It's my first
Yeah.
ever console. My dad had one, and it's I don't know what it was about it. I just like the look of it. I think the best console is a PC because everything's trying to be a PC these days. But
Yeah.
True.
for me, Super NES, just the style of it, the games that came onto it, really kind of defined gaming for a while. And I
Mm,
think it set the bar for what a game could be, and then everyone kind of built on it. But I think that's one of the things that kind of opened my eyes to gaming because my dad had one of them.
nice.
Fair, fair. If you could make your dream game, what would it be?
My dream game would be a open world survivor multiplayer role playing game where you have to stick to a role.
Ooh, I like
So
it.
basically Fallout thing. What's it called?
Fallout
The
76?
online one. Yeah.
Well, kind of, but it's more like if you're a shopkeeper, you are a shopkeeper. You can't be anything else. If you do anything
Ah.
else, you are penalized. You can't do everything. You have to
Yeah,
be one thing specialized.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
like it.
What? I've got a question. All right. So what if I want to be a shopkeeper, but like at night in the game, I go around like stealing things.
That would be the perfect game. If it can accommodate your, role playing experience, then
Yeah, yeah.
yes. If you
Okay.
are a thief that moonlights as a shopkeeper, then great.
Yeah. Yeah,
For a
you
second, I thought you
basically
said leaf. I thought you said if you're a leaf that moonlights as a shopkeeper. I was like, that's a very interesting game.
basically you'll come into my shop and you'd be like, wait a second, I swear I own this.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would not guess what, Poetic. I lost my. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Top 3 games of all time.
GTA 5,
Mhm.
Fallout New Vegas, and the last one, Gary's Mod.
Ooh, not doing that. Gary's Mod before.
No,
No, good
No.
shouts. Good
don't
shouts.
think I've even heard of it.
Okay, and the last question. So I was on stream yesterday, and I asked my chat what is a question they would like me to ask you. I have no idea what this means, but
Oh god.
they just kept saying about the nerd emote being removed.
Oh, it's this most stupid thing. I didn't have enough emote slots, so I took one emote out that I was like, who doesn't use, like, which emote is the least used? And I was like, there's one that goes, actually, and that's the emote that I removed. And then there was a big backlash about it, like, where's the nerd emote going? Where's the nerd emote going? That's all.
That's
So,
amazing.
I don't know if people use that.
so JPGP exclusive. Is the email coming back?
It's back already.
Oh
Nice.
yes, okay.
I
Nice.
caved into peer pressure, which is
Nice. I like
something my
it.
community know about now. So I'm going to be exploited throughout my whole career.
And the very last question, and this can be about gaming, about life, whatever you want. Any questions for us?
In general, what would your 3 top games be?
Ooh, do you want me to go first, Poetic, or?
Yeah, go for it. I can probably answer his ones.
I mean, Shadow of Rome,
Hmm.
Kingdom Come Deliverance has got to be there,
Yeah.
and then it's got
It's
to
always
be
it's always Kingdom
it's
Come.
got to be it's got to,
The thing is, right? The thing is, he will move it around, right? Like he'll be like Shadow of Rome, then he'll say like,
Something else.
for example, like Spyro, and then he's like Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it's like, yeah, like no, that one was obvious. That
This is no particular order, but I don't think Kingdom Come Deliverance is my favorite game of all time.
Hmm.
There's there's too many, but right now just because I'm playing it, I'm gonna say XCOM Enemy Unknown because I feel
Hmm.
like they're 3 very different games. But then there's the Matrix Path of Neo, there's Spider-Man 2, a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. There's loads of older games that I'd
Yeah.
say, but yeah, they're probably up there. I'd love to do a top 10 though.
Yeah.
yeah. For me, I feel like it changes quite a bit, but it would be Beautiful Joe, um, The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, and Astrobot.
Hmm.
Ooh, good shouts,
Astrobot's
good
really
shouts.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, my most recent platinum, Astrobot.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, I was playing it on stream, wasn't I? So I
Yeah. Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
finally got it. That right. Whoever designed that last little golden statue mission, like I was playing it, and I honestly think I had still gaming OT in the live, and I haven't checked them all yet, but I think there's about 30 clips of me just raging at the game. And I said to people, this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna rage at this. Clip to your heart's content. So I need to go through them. I think I've got content for like 3 months or something now with the clips. So
Do you know what? I was watching you play Astrobot once, and you were playing with the pad upside down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And my partner was watching, going, "What is he doing? Why is he doing that?" And I was like I was trying to tell her that you're playing with the pad upside down, so it's harder, yeah.
Yeah.
But she was getting so angry at what you were doing, and I was like, "No, but wait, listen, the pad is upside down." And then she looked, and she's like, "Ah, okay, but why is he doing that?"
Again, peer
Oh,
pressure. We do what the chat tells us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's one of my that was one of the first redeems that I've done, and it's so simple, but
Yeah.
it's so annoying when I'm playing a
Yeah.
PC game because instead of the pad being upside down, it's this. So I end up playing like this,
Oh God, I
and
Oh
can't
yeah.
imagine that.
how am I meant to click the mouse and like it's completely inverted. And whereas controller, I've got to a point where
Yeah, no.
I can kind of do it. I've
Mm.
kind of got good at it, so it's
Yeah.
not too bad. But mouse is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, us is
Oh my
fine.
gosh.
You know, I've just seen, and I'm so sorry for this, Poetic. You know how your chair is? It looks like you've got little horns.
Yeah, I was gonna- he's got like little ears coming out.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
great.
actually quite true, yeah.
I'm sorry, but that just made me giggle. That. Oh,
I
right.
wonder if I can...
No, don't
Hold
change
on.
it. It has to stay
Yeah.
now. It has to stay. But
Lie, any more questions for
yeah,
us?
And I think in general, no. I think we're
that's fine.
yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, this has been episode 6 with the amazing LieHehe. It's been a pleasure having you, mate.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
Really,
thank you so
really,
much.
really fun. Poetic,
Appreciate it.
let's sign off.
Yeah, gosh, I feel like this has been a while.
hmm
But yeah, gamers and listeners, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us ramble on about video games, and hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. And as always, gamers, happy
Happy
gaming.
gaming.
Gaming.